Sometimes easier said than done. Well, it's the morning of October 30th, and Greg and I are going way back into a big hill country unit, and it's an area that Jake and I hunted about 2 weeks ago. And when we went in there, there's a bunch of scrapes up on the top of a ridge. We're going to go back in there in hopes to catch some bucks kind of cruising back, checking does. I think that it's not only a good travel area, but it's also really close to bedding. We've got a northwest wind, and I think that those bucks and does are going to be bedding on the back side of the ridge that we're hunting. We're going to get back in here. We've got about 2 hours until daylight, so we're going to get back, hang some stands, and hopefully the bucks are going to be coming back through cruising this morning. Well, Greg and I just got back here on top of this ridge, and we had like a 45-minute walk probably. Took a little bit longer than I thought. Once we get back in here, we try to be as quiet as possible. We use these ratchets to keep our stuff tied together well. And then just very slowly set up. We try to give ourselves at least a half hour every time. This is something that we can do in about 10 minutes, but I like to give ourselves a little bit of extra time when we're hanging. The key is just moving very slow, listening a lot. If we hear deer coming past, we'll stop, just let them work through. I'm gonna get the stands hung here and get settled in. Broke my watch apparently. It's tough out here on public land.
He's coming our way. Definite shooter. Yep, gonna have to grunt him soon. Louder. He might circle. No. Come on. He might. Yep. You may have to try snort wheeze. Can't tell, I can't see him.
Well, Greg and I got set up in here, and right off the bat, it was just starting to get daylight, and we had a doe come in and bust us up here. She blew about 40 times. We were getting real concerned that that was going to ruin it for at least the first couple hours, but not very long after that, Greg looked down behind us. There was a real nice buck back there about 50 yards. I grunted to him a couple times, and he acted like he might come, but just never did. I think he actually got on that doe's trail and followed where she went. The good thing is that buck was doing exactly what I thought they would be doing in here. Cruising right along the top of this ridge, crossing doe trails. There's a bunch of deer that feed down in the bottom down here. There's big ag fields. There's a mixture of alfalfa, beans, and corn. Way down in the creek bottom, big fields. I think a lot of deer are feeding out there at night. And those deer are moving north and south. The majority of which I think are does coming up these little secondary points. But what the bucks are doing is they're crossing that east to west. That's exactly what he was doing. There's a major scrape line and rub line that runs up the top of this ridge. And they're just crossing those doe trails trying to find a hot doe. It's exactly what he was doing. I think it's an easy way for them to cover all these does down through here. It's just to cross all their trails coming back. Good news is, plan in theory kind of worked. Bad thing is, the big boy didn't come down here, but it's real early yet. Hopefully more deer filter through, and I'd say he could circle back, or another one come back through here. About 10 o'clock, and we've had a relatively slow morning after that buck came through. Well, it's literally been a slow morning. Nice thing is he was doing exactly what we hoped for them to do in this spot, but bad thing was he didn't get close enough and didn't really respond to the grunt call. And the doe that came in and blew at us this morning is the trail that he eventually hit and followed the wrong way. Maybe if she wouldn't have saw us up here or heard us or whatever happened and went the wrong way, maybe we would have got lucky and he'd have hit her trail and come past, but didn't work out this morning. Not so sure that we'll sit in the same exact spot. We may bounce around on this ridge a little bit. I think that'll probably allow us to get a couple different sits. We'll be back out this evening, and we'll probably be back to this spot in the next 5-10 days.